A little disappointed we had a day off. They played last night. I didn't think we had energy for whatever reason.
It's especially disappointing. You kind of made it clear to us, so I presume you made it clear to them that you'd like a response after the last game, and didn't really get one.
Yeah.
So especially
Yeah,
disappointing.
we had a tough time even dumping a puck in there for a while. They put a lot of back pressure. That was part of our game plan, is to make sure you support the puck, get the puck in deep. You know, we don't have that type of team to take it back and massage the puck. You know, we got to play a straight ahead game, and we didn't. You know, the personnel we have to play a certain way, and we didn't. And there was no energy.
Do you learn as much about your players in a game like this as you do when they play well?
Yeah, I mean, I think we put a lot of pressure on the big guys too. If they have an off night, you know, we need other people to drag people in the fight. And you know, a couple guys, you know, Millsy, a couple of guys like that, you know, had a tough night in the sense, you know, they didn't have much energy. So that's where you need other guys to drag people in. That's what I think.
There's certain forwards you need to evaluate in this process. How do you go about evaluating a goalie on a night like tonight when you probably didn't get a lot of defensive support, nothing offensively, a screen shot or tip shot? How do you go to Ian on that stuff, or can you even see it from
Yeah, I
the
mean, you take a look at the goals, you know, how they went in, stuff like that. Obviously, the first one, you know, wasn't a good one, but after that, you know, what can Dales do? You know, yeah, we were light in the corner on the one. You know, we stick checked. We sunk on the PK. Like, we just did some stuff where we've did some good habits the last month, and you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe guys are looking at the end of the season. I don't know. It looked like some guys were just not into it, and they can't afford it. You can't afford not to be into it. I don't. That's the.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're trying for your NHL lives to play, you know, in the league.
I guess what I'm saying, that doesn't help any goalie, no matter who's in.
Yeah, right,
The guy
exactly.
who's trying to win a backup job.
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
get
you're right.
support.
You're right.
Okay.
It's true. Good point.
Rick, is that something of a setback? We haven't seen your club perform like that very often in terms of body language and energy, like in the third over the last 30 games, but we kind of did tonight.
Yeah, you know, we got six defensemen, the healthy defensemen are out. We're switching different things, and I get that part, but that's still no excuse. You're right. The energy level was not there after a day off. That's the alarming thing. I got to take a look at that, because if you have days off and guys don't know how to prepare on days off, then I'm gonna have to start babysitting a little bit more. You know, that's just the way. That's hockey 101. Coach's rules. You know, if you can't be professional on a day off and come in and have energy, then obviously you're doing the wrong thing on a day off. I don't know what they're doing, because the energy level, even last game, a little bit same thing. No energy.
You've also had a lot of success. You talked early on about things like the slow line changes.
Yeah, crap back then.
But I
Yeah.
thought,
Yeah.
did you?
Oh yeah, I thought the whole game. I saw some slow changes. I saw guys when they were tired not getting the puck in. They tried to make a play at the blue and then change. Like, these are bad habits that I thought we were striding on. Obviously, it crept back into some people's games. Bad habits.
What did you see from the power play?
Just, you know, the power play gets this power play. It's very talented, but it looks for pretty stuff. And sometimes you play teams that got a good PK, and then that means you have to work even harder. You know, it might be a low play take at the net. It might be it's one pass shot, people converge on the net. You can't look for a pretty play. And then when they get frustrated, if for whatever reason our power play doesn't go good, our 5-on-5 play follows it, which is that's not a good trend to have.
You had a 5-on-3 at a key point in the game as
Yeah.
well, and it turned into a goal against. What went wrong?
Like I said, same thing as a 5-on-4. A lot of pretty stuff. Passing through a couple of sticks makes no sense to me. Like, you know, it's a high risk play. If you make a high risk play, it better be in the net, not just to make another play out of it. So the hockey IQ today wasn't that great from a lot of guys, and that's the power play too.
It seemed like there might have been something that happened at the bench at the end of the second there. Was that the body language stuff that you've...
I think Millsy was not frustrated. He missed that breakaway, I guess. I don't know. I didn't ask him. Something like that. But yeah, body language is something that you can control. And it's, it hasn't been I thought we'd been getting better at it, but it's, it's not going to creep back in. It won't. I'm not going to allow it because body language is just is not mental toughness. It's weak. It's weak-minded people when you have body language like that. One and done. If you do it once in a blue moon, I get it. We've all done it, but it's got to be once in a blue moon. You can't have a steady die of it. Because to me, I forget what coach. Was great. He had a whole thing. I think it was Calipari on the body language. How it's really a good kind of press conference. He talked about it, and it's a weakness, a mental weakness when you have bad body language all the time.
So how important are the last 5 games? Because you fixed a lot, and like you mentioned, some of it just crept back in these last few games.
Yeah, it's crept back then, and like I said, some guys maybe are getting tired. They're looking at they're looking at, hey, these are meaningless games, maybe in their head. A lot of people in and out of the lineup. Maybe that's I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, you can't think that way. That's where you have to be strong mentally.
Rick, we've talked a lot about your team's performance, but from a coaching standpoint, that team seems to be getting a lot, despite not having maybe some of the classic top-end guys out of their players. Do you have some admiration for the simplicity and speed with which they're playing at the moment?
Yeah, they have 4 NHL lines. They're NHL players. Like their fourth line is a good line. They don't have much weakness. They did. I thought the management did a nice job over the summer. They got a lot of 28, 29-year-old players that they're NHL players. That's how they built their team. You know what I mean? Now, can they sustain it with cap and all that stuff? Who knows? But I think they've done a terrific job. They're a tough team to play against.
You used Hirose on both special teams tonight. What did you think of his second game?
Well, he's just a smart player. I think he's got to put some weight on. He's got to get bigger. But for thinking the game, I didn't think he was in trouble that much tonight. I thought he did a nice job. Actually,
seems pretty composed.
Composed, yeah. That's why it's hockey IQ. That's why hockey IQ is so important. I think that's why they signed him, for the hockey IQ, and then hopefully the other stuff will catch up.
Is he as chill in meetings or practice sessions as it seems to be when he talks to us?
Yeah, no, he's very. I don't think the moment's too big. Even before the game, his first game the other night, like Footy was talking to him, and he was kind of like pretty composed. That's a good thing for a young kid like that.
Does it impress you, like the ice water in the veins thing?
Yeah, I just like the fact that you tell him something. We talked about some of the reverses if the team overloads, and he didn't. Like, he didn't panic. Usually some defense will panic. They'll throw it up the pile. He actually reversed it twice, and we beat pressure. So that's a good thing when a young player like that's in a pressure situation. You see how he deals with it. So there is something there for sure.